Hi, this is Justin Lawrence from Lawrence & Associates, and today we're going to talk about dog bites. Specifically, we're going to talk about whether or not you should contact an attorney if your child or you have been bitten by a dog. And there's a few rules that you need to remember in both Kentucky and Ohio to determine whether or not you should contact an attorney because you may or may not have a lawsuit. First of all, the basic rule in both Ohio and Kentucky is that a dog owner is responsible if their dog bites another person. But there are some common sense caveats to that rule that you need to apply to your situation to figure out whether or not you may have a claim. First of all, if the dog is a dog that has never bitten before, it may be that the owner had no reason to know it was going to bite, and the owner might not be as responsible as the owner would have been if, for example, the dog had bitten other people, but the owner failed to warn that this was a dog with a propensity to bite. Another thing you should remember is that the conduct of the person who was bitten matters. So if the person who was bitten taunted the dog or entered a yard where a dog was chained up and was growling or snarling before the bite, obviously the conduct of that person just before the bite might mean that that person is more responsible than someone who did not taunt the dog or did not enter the dog's yard before they were bitten. You need to also remember that the age of the person who was bitten matters. A child under the age of 7 is generally not considered able to think about the consequences of his or her actions beforehand, and therefore isn't held responsible even if they did something that caused the dog to bite. Also, if you know that this dog has bitten other people, figuring out when those bites happened and who was bitten is going to leave you with a better chance of filing a lawsuit than if you don't know those facts going in. Another thing you need to think about before you know whether you can file a lawsuit is whether there's any insurance coverage for the dog bite. Typically, homeowners insurance will cover a dog bite, but more and more frequently, homeowners insurance policies are being written with clauses that disallow coverage for a dog bite, especially for certain breeds of dogs such as pit bulls. So if you're trying to figure out whether you have a lawsuit for a dog bite, think about the facts that led up to the bite. And if you didn't do anything wrong or your child didn't do anything wrong prior to the dog biting, you're much more likely to have a lawsuit than you would have otherwise. If you think you may have a claim for a dog bite injury and you want some more information, visit our website at www.lawrencelaws.com or call one of our attorneys for a free consultation.